All right, guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do a new issue. Well, not new. It's issue number 3 of Duke by Joshua Williams, Tom Reilly, and Jordie Bellaire. Yeah, it's been months since I reviewed Duke because I could get it. Now I can get it, but it's been a while, so I need to brush up with the story. So if you want to know what's going on, please check out my other videos. It explains a lot, so I'm not really going into all the details. What I can say is that Duke is on the run. He's been framed by, because of a murder that he didn't commit. His friend or accomplice, Dr. Conrad, she found out that he was, instead of making clean energy for, the world, other people using her technology for evil and making weapons, right? So before she died, she gave Duke some kind of a device, and she was ambushed by a guy that speaks Australian and that probably wants the device, right? But because the Joes think that Duke was, defected, right? They basically hunted him down and throw him into jail because they think he's a traitor. So, and that's where this is starting. So this, I don't know, part of Cobra Commander's lair. I'm not sure. Well, maybe not. Maybe this is, I believe it's part of Destro. I mean, I always thought that Cobra and Destro was just one, but it seems there are two factions. Please let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. Probably I am, because my knowledge about the whole Joe universe is, I don't know nothing, basically. Anyway. So it says here that Dr. Berta did give him information. She also gave him something that tracks her past work, and that leads us to this particular building where all these weapons are being made. I believe is this Cobra or is these people for working for Destro? I do not know. Anyway, so the voice says we have the advantage. We can reverse track it, but we know where Duke and his devices are, and you must finish the job. So I think this is Destro, right? If I look at the color and then this chin. We don't see it, but we see the lair in issue number 2. This is Destro's lair. So Major Bludd is a gun for hire, and he's the Australian guy, right? So he's the one that killed Dr. Burke. And then we go to the hole, or this place where Duke is being kept in prison by the Joes. And I like the fact, this diorama thing, that you can see inside of the mountain what's going on, different layers. All right. So I don't know who this guy is anymore. Oh, yeah, Colonel Hawk, right? He's speaking to Stalker. Stalker says, hey, this stinks. Duke is one of the most decorated soldiers who ever hit the field. And it doesn't feel right in my gut locking him up in a pit like this. Duke was really banged up when we got him, and his buddy says, this guy, rock and roll, I guess. Yeah, this is rock and roll. Anyway, so he says it's more than injuries, sir. You can tell by the look in his eyes. Duke is fighting some nasty demons in his head. But then he's being called out, Duke here, by the Baroness. Yeah, I had to look that up. Like I said, I'm very limited. But I recognize this beautiful, gorgeous woman who's deadly as hell. And she says, hey, you're an American hero. Let's make a deal. So also his buddy Clutch is locked up in here, right? And so he's basically defending Duke, right? So if you have any idea who I am, you would not speak to me in this way. I know exactly who you are. Anastasia Sisarovna. Dude. Anastasia Sisarovna. Ooh, Jesus, is this Russian or Polish or, I don't know. But anyway, she's come from a rich family, but she got bored and then turned into a, hero for, well, not hero for hire, but, a gun for hire. And then she's going solo, became full, full-blown terrorist, right? A full-on terrorist. And she called herself the Baroness. And she says, how? You had run-ins with my old buddies of mine. They said you were misguided. I quit the system. The system now holds you here as well. Who are you to judge me? It's for the best that I let Stalker and Rock and Roll take me in. And I can explain everything. I didn't kill anyone. I was set up. They kept me in front of Hawk, and I'll tell him the truth. Then he'll see he should have listened to me in the first place. I'm going to see this through. Dude, why are you telling this to your enemy? So she says, so you just give up? I'm not giving up. And he's suddenly riled up and he says, hey, let's get out of here. It wouldn't be right. So, and then this guy, I just mentioned his name, Clutch. He is basically, again, defending his American hero friend, right? He says, my bro, he was made in America by America. So we have this American sauce thrown in here, that, the oorah thing. But then Baroness says, exactly, a machine built on an assembly line like every other soldier so they can put you out in the field, chew you up and spit you out. Why is an American hero such as yourself in a pit? What did you see that made you turn on your people so much that they would lock you up with me? Well, he says that's classified. So then we see that he had a run-in issue number 1 with a Decepticon, because they couldn't believe that, alien robots exist, and that alien robot, Starscream here, is killed his friends. So I like that they are amazed about, because they were talking about UFOs, right? So this whole G.I. Joe universe and the, what they call it, the, well, it's not the Transformer universe, but the energy source universe, Energon universe. It's just, God, I hate universes. The word, it's been thrown so much around. Anyway, so she says, you still protect them. You hold tight to these ideas that hold you down. You believe in your country, but when it stops believing in you, the question becomes, who are you without them? And what do you want, Duke? All right, so Stalker comes and he says, hey, what the hell, guys? You're supposed to call in before you, but they're dead. So he's calling for alarm. And I like the red sky in the background, that gives a really cool atmosphere. So it's Baron Bludd, or what's his name is. And he says, Bloodhounds? No one can know we were here, so kill everyone. And they all just going down from the helicopters. Looking cool, right? Again, the red backgrounds just gives a lot of atmosphere here. All right, so they were hearing the noise. And then Rock and Roll, all beat up and wounded, says, hey, we need to get you out of here. But then the Baroness says, wait, you can't let me leave here. They will kill me. And then this explosion happens. I really like the sound effect. I bitched a lot about transparent sound effects, but I take that back. This looks really cool. Damn, I want to use that something in my book. So yeah, the Bloodhounds are coming, shooting at Duke. Duke grabs the gun, shoots back, and the Baroness says, your friends are down, Duke. You will not make it out here alive without my help. So he shoots the log and free her, and he says, don't make me regret trusting you. And she says, help your friends, I'll find an exit. So Clutch is helping Rock and Roll here, is badly wounded, but then he gets clocked in the head. Now, there is a nice effect in here, and I believe they did this deliberately. So if you look at the colors, right, it seems that the coloring is, outside of the lines, the ink lines, that gives it a little bit of 3D effect, right? Like you have those 3D glasses on. Here with the hair as well. So probably for, the shock effect here. And yeah. So Major Bludd is it Major Bludd or is it Baron Bludd? Probably Major Bludd. Major Bludd, right? Anyway, so he's the Australian guy, and he says, what kind of man sucker punches someone in the back of the head? I do whatever it takes to win. Just like when I ambushed Burkhardt and her nerds. So he is the one that killed Burkhardt in issue number 2, right? And set him up because, well, but then he says, psych, gotcha. Blast him in the leg. I really don't like the Photoshop blood in here. It just feels like a blob instead of drawn with lines around it, and then add some red in it because it makes more believable in my opinion. So where's the machine Burkhardt gave you? So what are you talking about? Look, I get it. You don't think I have a warrant on my head too? Got quite a few, in fact. But I was given a task: kill you and retrieve the device. The bounty on you is a pretty penny, and I have no problem going the extra distance to finish the job. I've done before I tell you anything. So I ask you again, where is the machine? This is a very big gun. But then he's getting killed by the Baroness. You heard it, man. There's a huge bounty on your head. And that leads us to the next issue. All right, this is getting interesting. Well, the other ones are battling the Bloodhound game. It's not a Bloodhound game, but you know what I mean. Yeah, this is a good series. This is 5 issues. I have now all 5 of them, so we can do a complete review that I'm going to do pretty soon. So I'm basically following all of the the Void Rivals. I ordered a trade paperback as well. The second one, I really enjoyed the first one. I also made a video about that, so if you want to check that out. So yeah, great stuff, guys. Let me know in the comments what you think about this, and it's gonna lead into issue number 4, and then we're gonna take a swing at that. Yeah, yo Joe. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.